Red Bull Ring circuit experience with the Red Bull Junior cars. There are so many circuit guides available, thousands of them on YouTube, including one on my own there as well. But this video is a little bit different because I'm going to go through exactly every single small detail that I went through to get third in the world on the circuit experience, with the potential to be the fastest in the world. I just couldn't quite deliver it. Let's get straight into this one. First of all, brake bias all the way to the rear. I've got a video on my channel explaining everything about brake bias. Go and check that in the future. Into turn one in this Red Bull Junior car. And this is where things immediately get a little bit weird. The braking reference point is the 100 board. There is a line on the track directly below the 100 board. You want to position your car really as far to the left as possible, making sure you keep at least 2 wheels on the curb. That is the track limits you need to respect, and that is the way you want to position your car. You're going to be downshifting 2 gears into 3rd gear for the corner, trail braking into the corner. The rear will start to slide, and then you're going to get on the gas to stabilize the car, and it does some kind of crazy wheelie sometimes over the curb and on the bumps. We're going to roll through this in half speed now. So on the brakes, down to 3rd gear, sliding the car in on the trail brake and then bringing the throttle in nicely, getting a bit of a bounce and a wheelie and getting a great exit. That was not too bad corner exit. I could have used more on the outside. I could have carried a little bit more speed, but it was a pretty solid turn 1 for myself. Down the hill now, we're looking to brake into, I think they call it turn 3. Again, we're going to pause it just there. The 100 meter board is the reference point, and you're going to be braking on the line as we're showing there. We're going to go right down to 2nd gear for this one. Again, rolling it forwards all the way down through the gears, 2nd gear, and then turning the car in, using the brake balance to slide the rear and then bring the throttle in as early as you can. Try not to get on the throttle too much with too much steering. That'll over rotate the car and then run into the outside of the track. Running down the hill now. This next braking zone is a little bit downhill. You're going to be getting on the brakes just about at the, you guessed it, the 100 meter line is where you want to be on the brakes. Again, the common theme with here is getting the car to rotate on corner entry. When you get on the gas, the car has not much power, so it's pretty stable on throttle. Just brushing the curb allows the car to rotate and then bringing the throttle as early as you can. Just about avoiding the Albon crash there. And then the next corner, we're going to look for the braking reference point, and it's not 100. It's the 50 board. Just at the 50 meter line, we're going to get on the brakes down to 3rd gear. These 2 corners are probably the most difficult corners on the track. You want to get the car to over rotate again, keeping off the throttle, letting the car coast, and then get on the curb just to help the car to rotate and get on throttle as soon as you can. You can run a long way over this green on the edge of the track there, and then the next reference point to brake is just after the peak of the short circuit, rejoining the main circuit. Get on the brakes again, once again, getting that car to rotate on corner entry, brushing the apex here and getting on throttle as soon as you can. This is what you need to do to get all the exit speed right down to the final 2 corners. Again, 2 very difficult corners. This is where you need to be a little bit more careful on corner entry because it's too easy to over rotate the car. The braking point is between the 100 and between the 50, so about 75 meters. Get on the brakes, down 1 gear, and then flow into the corner. You need the car to rotate a little bit, but not too much. Running through the lap now as we're going to get on the brakes, roll it in, big clip of the corner, bit of rotation which allows me to get back on the throttle, and do not run wide on corner exit. That is a guaranteed throwaway lap. The braking point is about here. Position your car to be roughly where I'm showing you on screen right now, and then we've got the final corner of the track. This one's a very difficult corner. The car wants to over rotate massively when you're on brake balance 5 to the rear. What I do is I get on the brakes, downshift to 3rd gear, and just tease the car into the corner, and then start to bring the steering wheel a little bit straighter, letting the car's natural rotation get me through the corner. So on the brakes now, just teasing into the corner, straighten up the steering a little bit, smash it over the curb and get on the throttle to stabilize. And we get quite lucky here. We barely keep in track limits, and look, we're right up on our ghost. Going to run to the line and get with a 1 minute 31.265. Sarah is very pleased with that lap time, and I was also really quite stoked with that. What I'm going to show you right now is a very common mistakes you'll make. So into the last but one corner, running wide here, you can see what's going to happen. My line is completely wrong. Track limits on this part, too easy to do. Into turn one, track limits on corner exit. Hitting that curb too hard is going to launch the front of the car into the air, and track limits on the outside is very, very common. I'm going to investigate this car behavior in a future video. And then there was this error, which is just a little clip there. I think that's a track limits. Yes, it's a track limits, and I got a fantastic drive out the final corner. The Ghost ahead of me right now is my current third place in the world Ghost, and I beat it, and it would have been a 0.143, which would have put me second in the world, but second's as good as third. I don't quite know if I've got the potential for a 1:30.8. That is a pretty significant lap time, but the way this car drives, it's quite strange. You need to slide the car on throttle. I spent almost 1,000 kilometers driving this car over and over again just to try and get the absolute maximum out of it, and although I could do it corner by corner, I just couldn't link together a full lap of perfect corners. If you found this video useful, then don't forget to smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm going to do some investigations into the weird wheelie behavior that's going on with some of these cars in Gran Turismo 7. On screen right now will be a link to the video that explains everything about brake bias in Gran Turismo 7. Make sure you go over there and check that one out. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.